Stop what you're doing for a second, because one of the most popular weight loss foods on the planet is also one of the most misunderstood. Egg whites. Egg yolks. One gets praised like a superhero, the other gets blamed like a villain. But what if I told you most people trying to lose weight are eating eggs in a way that actually slows fat loss? Yeah, this matters. Because eggs aren't just protein, they're hormonal signals. And today, we're settling this once and for all. Egg white versus egg yolk. What's actually good for weight loss, what's misunderstood, and what doctors really recommend when fat loss is the goal. Stay with me, because the answer is not what social media tells you. Eggs are one of the most studied foods in nutrition science. Cheap, simple, packed with nutrients. Doctors often call eggs nature's multivitamin, but the way eggs affect your body depends on which part you eat and how your body responds. And if weight loss is your goal, you need to understand this difference. First, let's talk about why eggs matter so much. Eggs are one of the highest quality sources of protein. They score near perfect on the biological value scale. That means your body can actually use almost all the protein you eat. Protein does three huge things for weight loss. First, it reduces hunger. Second, it stabilizes blood sugar. Third, it increases calorie burn during digestion. Doctors call that thermic effect of food. Protein burns calories just by being eaten. That's why eggs are powerful. But here's where the confusion starts. Egg whites are pure protein. Egg yolks contain fat, cholesterol, vitamins, and hormones. So people assume egg whites equal weight loss and egg yolks equal weight gain. That assumption is wrong. Let's break this down properly. Egg whites first. Egg whites are almost pure protein, low calorie, zero fat, zero cholesterol. One large egg white has about 17 calories and around 3.5 grams of protein. That's why bodybuilders love them. Egg whites are great if your only goal is hitting protein numbers with the fewest calories possible. They digest fast. They don't spike insulin much. They're light. So yes, egg whites can support weight loss. But here's the downside nobody talks about. Egg whites alone do not keep you full for long. Why? Because fat slows digestion. Fat triggers satiety hormones. Egg whites digest quickly. That can lead to hunger coming back fast. Have you ever eaten egg whites for breakfast and felt hungry again an hour later? That's not in your head. That's biology. Egg whites give protein, but they don't send strong fullness signal. Now let's talk about egg yolks. This is where things get interesting. One egg yolk has about 55 calories and 5 grams of fat, but it also contains vitamins A, D, E, and K, and vitamin B, iron, zinc, and choline. Choline is huge. Andrew Huberman explains that choline plays a key role in brain function, metabolism, and fat transport. Your liver uses choline to move fat out of the liver and into circulation where it can be burned. Low choline intake is linked to fat buildup in the liver and metabolic slowdown. Most people are already deficient. Egg yolks are one of the best sources. Now let's talk cholesterol. This is where fear kicked in for decades. Doctors used to believe dietary cholesterol raised blood cholesterol. Modern research shows from most people, this is not true. Mark Hyman explains that cholesterol from food has little effect on blood cholesterol in healthy individuals. Your body makes most of its own cholesterol, and cholesterol is not evil. Cholesterol is the building block for testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, and vitamin D. These hormones matter for weight loss. Low cholesterol diets can actually disrupt hormone production. Disruptions in hormone production can halt the weight loss process. Now let's compare egg whites and yolks nutrient by nutrient. Protein, egg whites win on pure protein per calorie. No debate. If you're cutting calories aggressively, egg whites help hit protein goals without adding fat. Fat, egg yolks contain fat, but this fat slows digestion and increases fullness. Fat also helps absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Egg whites contain none of that. Now talk about vitamins and minerals. Egg yolks dominate. Most of the egg's micronutrients are in the yolk. Egg whites are almost empty besides protein. Studies show whole eggs keep people full longer than egg whites alone. People who eat whole eggs often eat fewer calories later in the day without trying. Blood sugar control. Whole eggs perform better. Fat plus protein slows glucose absorption. Egg whites alone digest faster and may not control appetite as well. Jason Fung explains that fat loss depends on insulin control, not just calorie reduction. Whole eggs do not spike insulin. They help keep it stable. Stable insulin equals better access to stored fat. Egg whites are neutral. They don't spike insulin, but they also don't lower it much. Now, here's a shocking fact. Several studies show people eating whole eggs for breakfast lose more body fat than people eating egg whites with the same calories. Same calories, different hormonal response. That tells you everything. Egg whites are not bad. Egg yolks are not bad. But what matters is how you use them. If you're on a very low-calorie diet, egg whites can help temporarily. But long-term, most people struggle with hunger, cravings, energy crashes. That's where egg yolks shine. Whole eggs support fat loss by reducing hunger and stabilizing hormones. Weight loss that feels easier lasts longer. Let me ask you something. Would you rather eat fewer calories by force or naturally eat less because you're full? Exactly. Now let's talk about cholesterol fear again. Doctors now agree that for healthy people, up to 2 whole eggs per day is safe. Some can tolerate more. If you have insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, or obesity, whole eggs may actually help improve markers. Now let's get practical. What is best for weight loss? For most people, whole eggs win. Why? Because weight loss is not just calorie math, it's appetite control, hormone balance, sustainability. Whole eggs check all 3 boxes. Egg whites alone often lead to hunger rebounds. That leads to snacking. That leads to overeating. Whole eggs reduce that risk. Now, here's the ideal strategy. Use both. Yes, both. 2 whole eggs plus extra egg whites. This gives you high protein plus the nutrients and fats from the yolk. Doctors recommend this combo often. It supports muscle retention, fat loss, and fullness. Now let's talk timing. Eggs in the morning are especially powerful. Protein in the morning reduces cravings all day. People who eat eggs for breakfast tend to eat fewer calories at night. Egg whites are not bad. Egg yolks are not bad. But if you're choosing only egg whites because you fear yolks, you're probably making fat loss harder. Weight loss works best when food satisfies you. Whole eggs satisfy. So what's the best option for weight loss? Whole eggs or whole eggs plus extra whites. Drop a comment with how you eat your eggs. And if this video cleared things up, hit like, subscribe, because the next video breaks down other healthy foods.